Jenelle apparently told people that it was in front of the kids and that the dog was wailing in pain. My name is Cassie and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to get right into it because this is not a fun video. It's not going to be fun for me to film. I've tried 3 different times on 3 different days to make this video, but I keep getting emotional about it because it's a very sad thing. So I'm going to talk about David Eason, as you can tell from the title, and let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm not a fan of Jenelle by any means. I am a fan of Teen Mom. I've watched it since the beginning, so you know, I'm kind of invested. And all the girls are around my age, and I don't know, I just like the show. Okay, well, from the moment I saw David, he has that look of evil in his eyes. Like, you can't teach that and you can't take it away. Evil people have that look, okay? And y'all all know what I'm talking about. But let's go back to when he first got with Jenelle, right? All of this is hearsay, obviously. I'm not there. I don't personally know them, and I don't normally like to judge people harshly that I don't know, but I feel like they both put their lives out there and it's there for me to comment on, and that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, back in the beginning when he first like made an appearance on the show or whatever, it came out that the reason he knew Jenelle was because he was in jail with her ex, right? And then he saw an opportunity. He knew she had some money from the show. He wanted a free ride. So when he got out of jail, he targeted her and boom. That's where it started, right? Okay. Since then, it has come out that he has abused Jenelle. She called 911 on him just a couple of months ago for pushing her down and like hurting her collarbone or whatever. It might have even been broken. I don't remember exactly. He, most importantly, has abused their children, or Janelle's son, Kaiser. I believe it fully. You can look at him and tell that he is a violent individual. You can see it. He's shown it so many times on the show, right? Okay, so he's violent, right? We get it. The homophobic stuff, that was another thing, right? I can't, oh my God, I'm getting angry again. Okay. So yeah, he made homophobic tweets or Instagram, whatever it was. This guy is trash. Whatever. What we're here to talk about is the puppy. And I've had to wait to make this video because I can't talk about this without crying. Even an hour ago, I was talking to my husband again about it, crying again. I talked to my best friend about it last night, crying again. Like, it's the saddest, it's one of the saddest things I've heard in a long time. And at first, all the details weren't out, but now I learned a lot more of the details yesterday. So he videoed the puppy snapping at his daughter, right? Okay. So if you're sitting there videoing it, then I'm going to guess that it's probably happened before. Puppies do that. They're animals. Treat them as such, okay? It takes dogs, puppies, any animal, it takes them a while to get used to being around humans, especially children. So it was very known that this dog wasn't completely trained. So he's sitting there videoing his daughter all up in this dog's face, and I'm not blaming the little girl by any means. I'm blaming Jenelle and David, specifically David. If you're sitting there videoing your daughter all up in this dog's face, waiting for it to attack, first off, that's wrong. Why aren't you telling your daughter to get out of the dog's face, okay? If it's happened before, especially, why are you sitting there videoing it? I know, because you wanted a reason, or you wanted proof and an excuse to kill this dog because you're jealous of it because Jenelle loved the dog. That's my opinion. Whatever, I'm entitled to it. That's my opinion. I feel like he was literally jealous of the dog. And go look back at his history. He is very protective over Jenelle. He wouldn't let her talk to her baby's dad. He wouldn't let her talk to her mom. Like, there's so many instances where he has tried to isolate Jenelle. So for him to be jealous of this dog, don't put it past him. Not even for a second. Apparently afterwards, he jumped up after the dog snapped at his daughter, which I saw the pictures. Yes, it did make like a mark on her cheek. I didn't see any blood. It just looked like a snap, like, get out of my face. You know, he's an animal. Treat animals like animals until they're trained enough. Like, I could go get in my dog outside's face right now and he's just going to lick me because he knows me. He's trained. He's not a puppy that's just getting used to being around humans. No, he's used to it. So he's not going to bite me. Okay? But a puppy, you don't know. And that's just their instinct. That's why you have to teach your kids. Okay, so apparently what he did was he jumped up, grabbed the dog by his throat, and started beating the dog with his fist. Who does that? Like, who does that? Jenelle apparently told people that it was in front of the kids and that the dog was wailing in pain. That the dog was like wailing in pain, and David is like pummeling it with his fist and literally beating the dog, the puppy, it's a puppy, beating the puppy to death. And then afterwards, he carries its lifeless body outside and shoots it and kills it. That's murder. In my opinion, that is murder. I don't care if it's an animal. He needs to be in jail. I know that the law says that a pet owner can kill their dog if the dog or if the pet is like a danger to humans or whatever. So his excuse is that no one can determine whether or not their dog is a danger to his child but him. And Janelle's clearly upset about it. It was her dog, and she posted on Instagram, you know, like how much she missed the dog and stuff. She's upset. And I kept seeing things about divorce and her leaving him and stuff, and who knows if that's true. She didn't leave him when he hit her. She didn't leave him when he beat Kaiser. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if she stayed with him now, even though she's obviously sad about it. But enough is enough. They're doing all this in the public eye. Like, this is known information, right? So why is he not in jail? He's sitting there videoing it happen. Therefore, he knows the dog is about to snap at his daughter. He knows. Why else would he just be videoing his daughter be all up in this dog's face? He said it happened before. Well, either him or Jenelle said that it happened before. Then teach your daughter to stay out of the dog's face. What? Am I crazy? Like, I know half the world is upset about this. Everybody's upset about this, obviously. But the thing to me is teach your children how to be around dogs. You don't just beat a dog to death, a puppy to death, after it snaps at your daughter when your daughter is all up in his personal space. He's an animal. It really bothered me because one thing, like the things that I can't stand, the things that get me emotional like this are when people abuse children and when people abuse animals. Because I don't feel like there's a bigger coward that exists than someone who hurts things that are defenseless. You literally beat a puppy to death with your fist and then shoot it. You are trash. If Jenelle doesn't leave him, she needs to be off Team Mom too. Like, they just need to be done with them. Like, I'm not going to watch it. I might watch it. But I don't want to watch it if Jenelle isn't on there anymore. And I'm not blaming Jenelle at this point. I just felt like I'm not a fan of Jenelle. But I'm like scared that he's going to kill her. Or one of their kids. Like, would you put it past it if a human has it in them to beat a puppy with their fist repeatedly, kill it and shoot it to make sure it's dead, or maybe it was almost dead and then he shot it or whatever. Jenelle said that he was covered in blood. What? That he was covered in blood after murdering their puppy? If he can do that, I promise you, he has it in him to hurt a human like that. Without a doubt. If you can do that to a defenseless little innocent puppy, He was innocent. That dog was being a dog. You tell your kids to stay out of their face. When my son is just repeatedly all up in my cat's face and I can tell that my cat's getting agitated, even though my cat has never bit anybody or done anything like that, I get my son away. That's what you do. And my son's not really old enough to completely understand, so I just have to remove him from the situation. That's why you parent. Parent is a noun and a verb. You don't just sit there and record things as it happened and then beat the puppy to death. I'm sorry. But I don't know. I just needed to get this off my chest, I guess. Just afraid for all of their safety that live with him or that's around him. Like, I could see him being the type of person. I'm sure she's scared to leave him. She knows he's crazy. So I could absolutely see him being that type of person where it's like, if you're not going to be with me, nobody's going to be with you. And then either trying to kill her, or he's dangerous and he needs to be locked up. He needs to be in jail. Those are the type of people that do not belong in the rest of society or with the rest of society. I'm disgusted. That's all. I'm disgusted.